remember I said at the end of last stream, I was like, oh, I think we're going to be back at 68k. I was knee sliding, happy with myself, being sidelined. And this is now me. The sidelined dog. I don't trust the bounce, but I secretly do trust the bounce, but I'm sidelined, so I can't trust it. Because I'm praying for lower, because I have no coins. Embarrassing, truly embarrassing.
This is the classic. We've all been here before, where it's like when prices are chopping or not looking good, and you're sidelined, you're very confidently bearish, right? And then stuff starts to go up, and we still don't know. But all of a sudden, you gotta keep talking confidently. You gotta keep being, we don't trust this, but we know what's happening in your mind right now.
Yeah,
for sure, Sats. We know you're a little stressed.
You know, I'm looking at this chart. I'm instantly thinking, range high. It's over. Range high. Send it down. Let's revisit range lows. Time to crack the shorts, guys.
Do you think that, or do you have to say it now for your well-being?
You have to say it for your well-being, and you know, you convince yourself. You know, once we break 60 or 76k, you know, I might start to get bearish. No, I'm not gonna get bearish. I'm not gonna get bullish there. I'm gonna wait till 78k. Then I'm gonna say, guys, time to sell. Time to crack the shorts. We're going lower, and then I'll capitulate in the 80s, and probably by the top.
Let's go.
Wow.
Welcome. Risk On, episode 56, brought to you by FOMO. We got Sats, dirty sideline bear, last Tuesday, saying how sidelined he was and how we were topping. How's it feel to be a big pussy, Sats?
Not great, man. Not great. I remember, you know, last cycle I had these tweets as well. Whenever we would go up, I would tweet like, "Don't be a pussy" or something like that. Like, everyone stop being a pussy. Like, just get long. And now here I am. The tables have turned. I'm now a pussy. I'm just bear pilled. I'm just bear pilled and the market's ripping. It's just nothing worse. It just doesn't get worse. Like, stocks are all-time high. Like, how the fuck are stocks at all-time high? Like, what the hell is even going on?
Not only that, you're also self-aware enough. You're literally have mapped out your entire journey ahead of time, and instead of just bidding, you say, no, I'm going to wait for this and then that. And then when it finally gets here, I'm going to capitulate and I'm going to buy. And it's all playing out exactly as you said.
Yeah, I'm going to buy like 80 plus and I'm going to top the market. It's going to go to 82, 83 and I'm going to top it. And I'm going to be happy. You know what? I'm just going to be happy because I'm like, you know, I run this playbook. I might not have made money, but I was right. But nah, man, the market does look, you know, the Bitcoin chart does look appeasing.
Looks juicy.
Look, okay. It looks juicy. I agree. It does look juicy, but stocks are all-time high, and Bitcoin's fucking lagging. You know, it's the classic old bear case argument. What happens if stocks pull back? What happens?
Scared money doesn't make money, Sats. Tale as old as time.
Real shit.
Dreamers, believers, permabulls.
I am sidelined. However, the one thing I'm not sidelined on is Zcash. I'm still a privacy guy. No one can shake me out of this fucking bag. I am a privacy guy. So I've caught some of the move. I just haven't caught the move on majors, and I haven't caught as much of it as what I should. But I'm still a privacy guy. But yeah, the Bitcoin chart does look good. However, we are approaching serious resistance, folks. Serious resistance. 78K. Beware. Range highs.
Where is that? Where's the resistance at?
For me, 78.3. 78.3 is my line in the sand. I'll be taking some short positions. At 78.3k. I will probably get stopped out, and I will be sad about it. But you know, I've got to cope and crack some bear shorts. If it, the worst case scenario for me here is we sprint past 84 and we just start ripping towards the 90s. Then I'm in a rough spot, you know. I've got no coins. I've just got my Zcash. I'm in a bit of a tough spot. Saying that, Solana hasn't really moved. Hasn't really moved, if we're being honest. Still in a rough spot. Still good value. I have missed the whole hype run. I don't know about you guys, but like, I didn't miss all of it, but I caught like maybe 20% only. And yeah, like the chart looks amazing. Probably the best looking chart right now as well.
Yeah, I don't own a single hype token ever since I sold mid-20s.
Really?
Yes, I have just been, I don't know, waiting for like $15 or something. I don't know what I've been doing. My head's been in my ass. I've been just like telling myself that I'm gonna get this magical price, and then I never get it, and then it turns out that Jeff only wears the same pair of Lululemon shorts every single day, and just like me, and I was like, that's all I needed. If he had just said that 6 months ago, I would have just started buying. I'm a simple guy. People have complicated theses, all this stuff. I'm pretty straightforward.
Easy man to please.
Fortunately for you guys, fortunately for this show, we're not all Sidelined Dogs. I bought a lot of hype. I actually thought I was really late, and I thought I was chasing late when I did, because I bought most of it a little bit sub 30, but most of it was like around $30, $31, even $32. And I felt like I was buying a little bit too high and chasing at the time. Been a nice run. However, I did sell half when things got scary a couple weeks ago, when it dipped to like $38 or something like that. So I don't love that execution on it. It felt like risk management at the time. But yeah, I hold, that's my largest holding. I am primarily in hype. I don't hold much, basically no Bitcoin. But I am, as you guys know, we talked a little bit off stream. Thanks to OpenClaw, I'm a little bit of a Perps guy now, and
big Lev guy.
Proud to say I'm a privacy man once again.
Yeah. Oh, I will never forget. Before you get into this, you telling me, I was telling you that I was like, you were asking me how to short things like 4 months ago. You're like, I don't even know how to do that. And here you are.
I still don't do that. No, it's not even in my DNA to short anything. I couldn't imagine having to truly express bearishness in such a fashion. I would never. I don't even have interest. I don't even have interest to learn how to short.
I'm surprised you're not like a 20x, 25x long guy, to be honest with you. Like,
I'm dabbling with 2x longs, and that feels spicy to me. A 2x long feels egregiously spicy right now.
This is how it begins. This is how it starts.
Yeah, I just, man, I've seen so many of the horror stories with people, and I'm like, I got hurt badly enough on 1010 just holding spot. So I've seen what can happen, and it's like, you've been around long enough, you're like, okay, I just can't fall for that trap of like, well, the liquidation is only, it's 40% lower. There's no way that could hit. It's like, that could hit at any moment. So I'm not trying to get liquidated, but I am playing around a little bit, because I've got my AI powered up assistant, and I gotta be honest, guys, OpenClaw has been an insane resource here. I placed these bids, and I don't even know what my mindset would have been for all this, because I missed that short squeeze where it ran up, and I felt so much FOMO when ZEC was running up. But I patiently waited, and my OpenClaw assisted me on finding levels to bid. $332 was where I placed my bid. What did it get down to before everything popped this morning? Like $331.93 or something. Yeah. So it's obviously not going to be 100% hit rate, but I just feel like I feel a little bit of certainty, like being able to like identify levels, and like, I've never been a risk management person. I'm learning how to do it based on how the last year went. It just feels necessary,
Now you've got the edge. You've got the edge in AI. Who would have fucking thought?
Yeah,
big AI guy.
I'm a quant now.
Guy. Yeah,
in case anyone's looking for a quant, I'm available.
Yeah.
So
what's next? High frequency trading. High frequency trading is next. The next jump is coming up. Yeah.
So oil's nuking, equity's ripping, BTC going hard. Sats, the sidelined bear, posting that he is calling for 88.3 resistance, and he's in the short. We're just gonna, top collars are just poor and dumb. We're just gonna forget about that. And $400 million worth of shorts were just liquidated.
I'll be part of that soon.
We got Bitcoin funding rates turning the most negative since 2023, signaling a potential market bottom.
Yeah, potentially.
I did see this. I saw this article last night when I was doing research, and I don't know if I couldn't believe this is true, but it says that this is over a 30-day period too, so it's not just today. The Bitcoin funding rates hit the most negative since the FTX blow up over this past month. despite we've been grinding higher for what, like a week and a half, 2 weeks. It probably hasn't been as long as I think. It feels like we've been going up for a long time now.
It's been about 2 weeks.
Yeah. So throughout that period and the 2 weeks, what day is it today? April 17th. So this is from April 1 and on. Funding rates have been consistently as negative, meaning shorts are piling on aggressively, as the FTX bottom. And it said historically, these types of funding rates, when they last for that long, very often result in strong short squeeze setups. So I think, Sats, to your point, that doesn't mean that we just are up and we're back in a bull market, but maybe this counter rally that's going to be strong during that. You see it. I feel like you see a big counter trend rally every bear market.
Yeah, we do.
I'm trying to remember like historically what's happened, but
yeah, I mean, it's just, I find it hard to be bullish.
Here he goes.
I just find it hard to be bullish overall crypto here when, like, I feel like a lot of investors just got sucked up by this whole AI stuff, and I don't think a lot of people realize how much capital left to go play the AI game. And yes, what we're seeing right now, like, it's getting frothy. Like, we're seeing the same shit we saw with the metaverse, where stock companies, just dead companies, go, okay, we're going to become a metaverse company, and our stock goes up 30%. We're seeing that happen right now with AI companies. We're seeing shoe companies turn into AI companies and rally 30%. Usually a sign of massive froth in that space. But it just,
are you referring to Allbirds, the AI company?
I am. Yeah, I am.
That's a great exit scam, by the way. I love that.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, and that's usually the sign that, you know, AI is getting a little bit crazy. Not as in tech wise, but in like market wise. But it is a clear picture when stocks are literally they broke out nearly 2% above all-time high, and, you know, Bitcoin, yes, we're up. Don't get me wrong, we're up, but we're nowhere near stocks here. We're not playing the same game. And it still seems like, yeah, the market and the money, liquid money in this market is interested in other avenues.
Man, can you imagine if you rotated all of your crypto holdings when Bitcoin was in like 110 to 120 into equities and also real estate? Can you imagine?
Yeah, you've just hit the fucking absolute jackpot. Like,
I just described myself, Sats.
Oh, here we go.
No big deal.
Yeah, here we go. Oh, did you see that post I put in about what's that guy's name? Runs a questionable gay podcast about him exiting property. Thoughts on that?
Oh, that guy?
Yeah.
The real estate guy? He's just such a complainer, man. He was a gram.
Who is that? I saw everyone posting that. I've never heard of that guy.
He has this famous podcast called Iced Coffee Hour that's like big with like the wannabe like TradFi community. And he talks about that, and they interview a bunch of people and talk about money. And he made this whole long form tweet about how he's done investing in real estate and how it's like how the returns just aren't there anymore.
His argument was like he gets a 5% yield on the property, but then he has to deal with all the shit when he could just hold a T-bill now. It actually doesn't work out to be that profitable. But like, I'm not a big real estate guy. I don't really.
Well, he's not wrong. I mean, he's not wrong at all. I mean, prices are so ridiculous. Like people buying, like the valuations that we don't talk about this, but valuations of properties are so obscene right now. That what he's saying is exactly true. And like you can only charge people so much money for rent. Like people can only afford so much. So I don't think he's wrong. I do think he's annoying though.
Yeah. So like property values outweigh how much rent is actually even possible to charge.
If I didn't have kids and a family, there's no world I'd be buying houses.
Yeah.
Or like owning property. Like it just doesn't make any sense at current prices. But if you have a family and you have kids and you need your kids to go to school and you want like a community and you want to be able to like travel with them and make that easy, like owning property is the best and easiest way to do that. And also if your time horizons are long, like if you're going to buy a few things and you're going to hold them for 30 years, like who gives a shit?
Yeah.
But if your idea is to like buy something for 5 or 10 years and rent it out and like whatever, then that might not make so much sense.
Yeah, it's become a very, very long term game. Not as long term as it was before, but yeah, I saw I think it was Trade Naxi tweeting as well. Like everyone always bets against the US economy, but it always manages to make this like fucking a V reversal.
Yeah.
And it's always the case. And I saw this whole move on stocks, especially in the S&P,
Yes.
is one of the most volatile weeks in the S&P's history. And I think everyone knows here, everyone probably listens, the S&P averages around 7% a year, 6% a year on average returns. This past week, we've moved over 13%.
That's wild.
It's
Inject
wild.
that
Yeah,
shit
it's
into my
absolutely
veins.
wild.
Let's go.
When I look at this chart, I'm just like, oh my, like it's unstoppable. It's unstoppable. And it's like,
yeah, you look at this chart and you be like, and to me at least, I'm just like, I don't even need to own Bitcoin.
yeah,
I own Bitcoin for volatility. I'm getting it. You know?
Yeah, you get it in stocks now. It's madness. And yeah, I think we're seeing a lot of these big companies postpone their IPOs as well. It seems SpaceX has just pushed theirs off a little bit. Same with Anthropic. And it's like these valuations, what these guys are going to launch at is going to be absolutely insane. Like, I have no idea how this plays out. I feel like, to me, it feels like a route to fleece retail. I would love to be proven wrong, but obviously these investment banks have got to sell these deals to willing buyers at IPO price. And what is the IPO price of SpaceX like going to be? It's going to be in the trillions.
2 trillion or something.
2 trillion. So the investment banks who when this inevitably IPOs, they've got to call up people on day one and or pre-launch and convince these guys to buy. How many guys are they going to be able to convince to buy at 2 trill? Like, that seems
at
a
the
bit
same
crazy.
time, though, all this stuff is reflexive to. It's all connected, right? So it'll all be reflexive. We talked about the real estate market and everything. It's like a lot of these people working in AI. There's so much of this. You know, you can call it froth, you could call it a bubble, you could call it, you know, legitimate, whatever you want to call it. The reality is, a lot of these people who are super paper rich right now have not realized any liquidity yet. Like they haven't made their gains because they haven't had their IPO, they haven't had, you know, unlocks or whatever. That's coming real soon. When these IPOs do hit, when they start to vest and everything, it's just there's gonna be a flood of money in this specific sector that's gonna flow other places too. So, you know, it's crazy. It's a fascinating time, but like there's so many layers to this, and you add in all the geopolitical turmoil, and that's why we've got crazy volatility going on right now.
It's funny you say like unrealized gains and, you know, all that money. I know 2 people who are up nearly 10 figures on Anthropic right now. And they were telling me like some of the deals they got and some of the people were in the deal. Some of them are up like way more. Like,
You said 10 figures?
10 figures?
Yeah, someone's
Who
up
do
10.
you know up 10 figures on Anthropic? It's insane.
You know, Dario?
No,
that's who you know? Yeah.
No, there's apparently there's 2 guys who are up just like a complete obscene amount. And obviously, like, how the fuck is that? Like, that it's got to come from somewhere when they start to try and even offload. Maybe they never will, but like, yeah, it seems, I don't know. Everything seems very frothy here.
By the way, speaking of froth, this is completely unironically, my friend's mom sent this to him when the Allbirds stuff came out yesterday.
No way. Oh my god.
Too bad we don't own any Allbirds stock. Dang.
Pivoting to AI.
Tried to explain to her.
Okay, maybe Stats is right.
Yeah. It was a very failing shoe company bought out of bankruptcy for peanuts. She said, but they're pivoting to AI, I heard on the radio. So,
radio.
Guys, yeah, come on, guys.
There's no froth here, guys. There's no froth at
No
all.
froth here.
Guys,
It's a very rational market.
So, given how frothy like equities may seem, crypto, it feels like most people are pretty sidelined on it right now.
yeah,
like-
is that for a reason? You know, like,
Is it for a
sorry
reason?
to be the bear. Like, it's just, is there
I
anything
don't
interesting
know.
going on at the moment? Like, I feel like in the world, maybe this is me being turbo bear pilled here, guys, but like in the world, is there not just, there's other things that are just changing the world more than what crypto was or is right now? And, you know, the bet is, it's always reflective that you're betting on, is crypto going to change the world in 2 or 3 years time more than what AI is? Like, maybe it's a bad way to think about it, but, you know, it doesn't.
Right, but it's a dynamic narrative because there's so many factors involved in this. At the end of the day, if you boil it down to what is crypto and what is Bitcoin specifically, like there are a lot of claims. There's a lot of things that people want to accomplish with it. Some people really believe in it. Some people are using it as a a speculatory form to make money. At the end of the day, Bitcoin has in its history, at least in the last 8 years for sure, has been an expression of if the markets are risk on or risk off, right?
Mhm.
And when excess liquidity comes into the markets and people are looking for a way to express tail end, that they want tail end risk, that they want to have exposure to things that are further out on the curve, Bitcoin is one of those assets. You know, it's not the only
that's very
one,
true.
but like if you have froth in markets, you have people who are getting confident in the market again, especially in a case like now where there's been so much selling that's been done. A lot of the people who are bearish have sold, have gotten out. It's a relatively small asset class if you compare it to a lot of these other like core institutional assets. And so I don't think it takes as much money to move this asset as some of the other kind of comparables that would be viewed as risk assets. But that's why it kind of always trades alongside like tech stocks. It trades alongside some of these other assets because when there's money in the system and people are looking for ways to get like reflexive upside, it's just kind of like been ingrained into society as this is one of the things that can give you access to the upside when things are frothy.
Yeah,
So
it just travels down the risk curve into riskier assets, and Bitcoin's one of them. Yeah, I do. It's a tale as old as time, that, innit? Like it does happen. Don't get me wrong, but like I guess I'm just being bearish on like all altcoins as well at the moment. Like, but it's like I think I have a lot of contrarian opinions in Solana as well. Like I think Solana are doing a good job at the moment, and I think it's it's going to be an attractive asset next cycle. A lot of people disagree with me. They say it's going to be the next Ethereum, but yeah, I'm between a rock and a hard place right now with it.
yeah, I mean, I think it's tough because it's one of those things. Of course, if you really boil it down, like the things that would make these like materially fundamentally valuable, like right now, like the asset prices, even after these corrections, probably don't justify like their true value today. So there's so many, it's like there's so many factors at play, like with a Solana, for example, where it's like if the world that they are expressing the possibility for, the vision plays out where all this infrastructure and rails move on to Solana, it's probably exponentially more valuable than even what its all-time high was. Like if they were to hit that best case scenario and it's truly adopted, I think you see like exponential growth and value in terms of what it is. Like, there's just, it's a crazy vision for what you could accomplish with Solana. That said, how likely is that to happen? If it doesn't happen all the way, then is it worth anything? Really hard to say. So there's so much speculation still, and I think it's like there's like if you're rational, there's tons of reasons to justifiably talk yourself out of this. You just have to understand that like not all of the participants that are taking place in buying these assets are rational people. And I don't know, eventually there's a reckoning where stuff needs to create fundamental value or not, but that could be 15 years from now before it finds its true, place of like realistic value. Until then, it's going to swing both directions, and the speculation probably continues, right?
Just while I remember it, did you guys see the strike from Sailor and actually the fundamentals of like look into actually what it is and how it works?
A little bit.
It's fucking crazy, man. I listened to one of his podcasts on it, and then I watched the CoffeeZilla video after, and he goes, oh, this is a financial instrument. Like, this is a financial instrument. It's a bit of financial engineering where you're going to get safe dividends. And then someone asked him, they go like, oh, so can you turn the dividends off? And he goes, yeah, of course. And it's like, what? Like, and he's pitching it as a bank account. He's pitching it as a savings account. And it's like, what happens if it drops below your $100? And he's like, oh, we're just going to turn the dividends off and buy back the chart. And it's like, what if increased selling? We don't know. It's a new product. It's a simple product, and it's a little bit scary. It's a little bit fucking scary. But once again, maybe overthinking it a little.
Maybe our guy Gwart. I don't know if you guys follow Gwarty Gwart on Twitter. He's funny as hell. Tweeted this today. Find you a girl who doesn't ask where the yield comes from. About strike limits with the picture of body below.
I was gonna say that's not a real S-Tar TRC ad, right?
Do you know where he's generating the yield from as well? This is his idea is strike or Bitcoin averages in his mind 30% a year. So if Bitcoin averages every year 30% a year, he can afford to pay the dividends payments. But what happens when Bitcoin doesn't achieve the 30% a year? Where does that leave you?
Sailor's not even up 30% on Bitcoin. And
Sats. No, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that.
We said last show, this is a 2027 problem. We're not bringing this problem into 2026.
Till then,
just fucking chill. Sat saw this picture and thought it was Jeffrey Epstein. We had to. I
had to get close to my monitor. I had to give a different angle. I was like, who is that? Who is that?
Oh man.
This guy.
Have you guys seen the video that came out? I think it was a few weeks ago, where some guy this old guy was on a podcast and he knew Jeffrey Epstein, but he had no idea what had happened with all this stuff.
No way.
Oh my god, I gotta find it. If I can find it, we'll play it. It has nothing to do with crypto or AI, but
bro lives under a rock, man.
Under a rock. That's absolutely incredible.
That's impossible not to know,
oh my god, I gotta find this.
It's gotta be, We'll pull it up in a little bit. But so prices are good. On chain's kind of heating up. Swizzle got airdropped a cool $200,000.
Yeah.
In Untcoin.
Yeah.
So far, nothing is realized.
Nothing is realized. Swizzle, in true fashion, has not sold anything. Sats, who everyone calls an Unk, even though he's 2 years old. In the chat we have with the FOMO guys, they called you an Unk, Sats. So I always think it's funny. People think
every
you're
group
old.
chat, every group chat just associates me with being old. I think it's because everyone. When ETB became a bit everyone knew of ETB, everyone considered us like the old guys. And I kind of just got looped in with everyone. Not
all your
bad
buds
thing,
were old.
Yeah. Everyone I know is old, and then I would get clowned in the young guy chats, and they would remove me, going like, "This guy's on the other side, guys. This guy doesn't know what's going on." So, not a bad thing,
So uncapping that ripped up to 20 million. It was kind of interesting. They started this whole kind of airdrop meta, which has been fun. I never got the airdrop, and I, in famous last words, told people in a chat that I was going to buy it at 1.5 million, and then it just went to 20 million the next day.
Good stuff.
So I did just put that bottom in, so you're welcome, Uncholders.
Did you actually?
I actually did, yeah.
I actually haven't. I've been intentionally not even looking at the chart. We're looking good.
Yeah,
we're looking good.
So that's been fun on FOMO. That's my first on-chain trade since in probably over a month.
Damn.
So I said last episode I was going to bridge money on chain. I did. It took me a few days. I bought a bunch of lighter, and then I sold some of that lighter. Like a 10% profit or so.
To buy the meme coins.
To go gamble on chain. I took.
Welcome back, man. Welcome back.
So I'm back.
Welcome back to the on chain game.
I'm back to the on chain.
Wait, time out. You said you on ramped and you bought lighter.
I on ramped and I bought lighter.
Did you not? Am I? Tell me if I'm wrong. Did you not on the last episode? I'm pretty sure you said something like, "I'm an on ramp money. My business is I turn small amounts into large amounts. I'm not gonna go fucking buy a lighter." I think you specifically identified lighter as the one thing that you were not going to buy.
I did, but that's exactly what I did.
And then that's actually the only thing that you did buy.
Only thing I bought was I bought good size of lighter, but I did sell some of my lighter to then go gamble on FOMO now. So now we're gambling.
Can you just walk us through the process of how you came about buying lighter then? Because it's just amazing.
How I came about buying lighter. It's the classic. I missed out on the main runner, and it's time to buy the beta. And that is exactly it.
Oh,
A tale as old as time.
but altcoin major.
Tale as old
edition.
as time.
Altcoin majors edition of that.
Altcoin majors edition. That was the thesis. Like I said, I'm a simple guy. I'm actually up on it. I bought around like close to $1 on most of it, so we're okay.
Wow.
I sold some to put that bottom in on coin for all the unks out there. You're fucking welcome. And we're gonna see where that goes. And it's funny because yesterday our boy him.eth crashed out and quit memes.
Yeah, man.
Disappointing, man. Disappointing.
And then he joined the biggest meme group.
And then he joined the biggest meme coin chat and all of crypto on the same day.
Yeah. Special. Great guy. Honestly, great guy. I've got to say, his tweets are... I wouldn't be surprised if it's just rage bait. Like, if this is just full rage bait. Exactly. He's really fucking good at that.
It's just a bummer because we made him the KOL of the week. And
yeah, oh my God, bro.
He's not even... He says he's not a KOL anymore. What do you do with that?
He's not a KOL anymore.
We got to crown a new champion.
Yeah, new call of the week. We should bring that back now. Like,
yeah, we should. Guys, tweeting consistently is so fucking hard. I took a few days off and it felt so good. And then last night I was like, I had to start tweeting again. Like my account was gonna die.
You got to maintain your brand image,
You turn off your engagement. Your engagement gets crushed. Your brand image gets crushed. So I had to go into some chat and find some pastas at least to like toss out in the timeline. I couldn't.
I couldn't a real tweet.
I couldn't make
some shit in group chats. Crazy. Crazy.
Well, if you don't keep tweeting, they might start mistakenly thinking you're a nice cat. You got to be careful.
I know.
I was thinking about this quite a lot actually because I haven't been tweeting a lot either, and I find that CT has changed so much this cycle. Yes. I think a lot of people don't know what it was like in previous cycles, but I just feel like the value you get from this space has diminished a lot. It feels like a lot of the big players, I don't know if they're just not on my timeline anymore. I just don't really see anything crazy interesting. And it just feels like a lot of rage-based slop nowadays on CT. But it's also because we're in a downtrend and a lot of people log off and stop tweeting interesting shit because there isn't a lot of interesting shit to tweet about. But it does feel a bit counterintuitive to be scrolling the timeline all day right now like it was fucking 6 months ago to a year. But yeah, I think also as well, I think Gainsey hits this well when he talks about it. Like it is a subject of markets just being down, and it will return. But yeah, I think. Yeah, like the players left right now.
I have a question for you.
I
have a question for you guys. Like, it obviously has changed. I don't agree with that, or I don't disagree with that. But as part of it, I have a little bit of a concern that like I feel like the algorithm messed things up too. Like some people stopped trying to tweet as much because it's like the algorithm just funnels. It has a way of feeding certain like types of accounts better now, and it almost like the algorithm feeds the toxicity a little bit because you can't really get value. It's like I can't even scroll my timeline chronologically if I want to anymore. You know, it's gotten pretty different.
I saw Thread Guy speaking about this, and it was Razmir saying to Thread Guy, great characters by the way. You already know it's a good story with these two involved. Razmir was saying to Thread Guy that his content on Twitter was slop now. And Thread Guy went on stream, went through his own tweets, and he was just tweeting one-liners, and he was like, I don't even realize I'm doing it. It's just the algorithm rewards these one-line tweets with no real thought behind them. And he's posting his theses and his interesting tweets, interesting thoughts in his Telegram. And I feel like a lot of people went down that route because the algorithm, like you said, just doesn't reward that sort of content anymore. It doesn't reward a long-form content. It doesn't reward a new idea. It rewards trying to go viral.
Right.
And I think you've probably hit the nail on the head. Like that's what CT has become now. Everyone's trying to just go viral instead of tweeting something interesting. Like it's rare you scroll down, you see a long thesis on whatever with more than 50 likes now. But you'll see some guy fucking rage baiting or taking the piss out of Sailor, 500 likes. Fantastic. Interesting place right now. Interesting place.
Yeah.
It definitely is. I mean, long form Twitter, Seth, that's like your bread and butter.
I was a big long form guy.
You're a big long form guy. I've been tweeting 1-2 sentence tweets for 2-3 years now. That's it. I've been tweeting slop forever. Thread guy is new to this game. It's an old
You've been here. You've done this.
I've been tweeting slop. Yeah, but I do agree. CT is a weird place. There's nothing like you're not going to see anything if you're as involved in the space as the three of us are, and have put the time in and the energy into like forming relationships and a network in the space. Like you're not going to learn anything new on CT first. So like if you're out there and you're like scrolling CT as your primary like thing, like my advice to you is make some friends. Find people whose tweets you do like, DM them, become friendly with them, and then like, you know, over time that relationship will turn into something that you'll probably get into group chats on Telegram or whatever. Form your own community and find like your crew to find things and trade together. And now starting in a bear market is the best time to start that community.
That's what I was going to say. That's like, now's the time to do it, because everyone, for the most part, like engagement is down across the board. If you reach out to someone like during bull market, when things are hot, like they're probably not going to respond to you. But like most of these, even these big accounts are not getting that much spam or engagement. And so if you just reach out to them, they're probably going to respond to you. They'll probably engage. Like the bear market in 2022, I didn't know anybody, man. Like I was like on the outside looking in. I knew who all the accounts were. I had been putting in the work, but like I didn't have any of the network, and just knew a couple people. But when the bear market was slow and you hung around, I would reach out to people, you know, whether it's, hey, can I help out with anything? Hey, just wondering, you know, I have a question about this. Like you gotta be careful about just like asking for stuff that, you know, is an annoyance for them. But like, I literally made all my connections during the bear market when everything was dull. And then you find yourself in the group chats that are popping off in the bull market. Those start with the people that hang around when nothing's going on. And they're mostly just shooting the shit, talking about nothing, like getting to know each other. That's really what's going on. Like what ETB was probably going to go down as somewhat of a legendary chat in both directions, good stuff and bad stuff. But like, dude, that wasn't like big names before the bull market hit, right? Like that was, it was just it was a ragtag group of people that like, it was like, you just basically added people to the chat that you liked, right?
Yeah. And then ruthlessly kicked out everybody I didn't.
Yeah, that's the thing in ETB. There was no one like with like a massive following or like massive crazy influence. It was literally just a bunch of degenerates, and it ended up being one of the most profitable group chats probably of the cycle. But that's all it
degenerates, but like they were people that put in the work during that time too. You know?
100%.
Yeah, definitely. You have to put in the work. Like the thing that people, I think. There's this guy, Ben McKenzie from the OC, who's like trotting around the world right now promoting his book about how crypto's a big Ponzi scheme and fraud, which like, no shit. Like the goal is to be early to the Ponzi and then sell on everybody. But like if you're, like, I don't know why you think it's such a bad thing. But in all seriousness, like the people that are getting dumped on are the people that are fucking lazy and aren't doing their work, and they're texting their mom, oh, I heard Allbirds just pivoted to being a data company or whatever, and they're buying the top of Allbirds. Like, like that's always going to exist as lazy fuel. But if you are like putting in time and effort and building community and network within crypto and grinding and trading daily, like I know people who have been nothing but profitable for the last 6 months in this space.
Yeah.
And all they do is eat and breathe and sleep fucking cryptocurrency trading. That's all they do. And like that's the level of commitment. I think that is the one thing is in common with everybody I know that has been super successful in this space, is that they've done nothing but sacrifice their life to this shit. Now, whether that is good for you mentally or not is a whole other discussion. Because it can take a fucking toll on your body, your mind, your relationships, and everything. But like anything else, like anyone who's successful at anything, like you have to give everything to it, in my opinion. And that sounds so annoying and stupid to say and like fluffy, but it's true.
It's true. It's true. Like all of us have literally done that exact same process of literally just like not complaining in a bear market and just getting after it, just starting to do shit. Just turning up, and now here I am complaining in the bear market about prices and the situation. So, maybe I haven't learned from previous cycles, but Yeah, yeah. I think general advice to people, if you're still here and like if you're still you've been plodding on this past like 6 months, is like, yeah, like you've done fucking well. You've done well, and I think I was saying this to someone who they were down 40% on their port, yeah, and they were saying to me, they're probably listening to this like right now actually, and yeah, they were down 40% on their port, and it's down quite a significant amount of money. There were 7 figs. And I was like, I was telling him, like, you're actually in a really good spot and you don't even realize it. Because you're comparing yourself to some of the best traders in the space all the time. And some of these guys are up in the last 6 months, and they've been up for the last, like in the bear market, like we just said. And I was like, you're comparing yourself to the top 0.0001% of this space. The rest of this space is unironically on its fucking knees. Most people lost everything this past year. Like, there's a lot of people, I would say, honestly, most CT accounts, 80% of CT accounts lost everything. And it's always the same way. It's always the same process in CT. But it's like, if you just survived with 50% of your cash, you're in such a good spot, because the market is in a place where it's sort of reverting. You know, it gets to a point where it can only get better, and you're sitting on 50% of your cash. And it's like, imagine if at the start of last bull market, imagine if you had the amount of cash you're sitting on right now. You know, you're going to make a fortune. So it's literally just sometimes about waiting and being grateful that you've got the amount you do now, comparing yourself to where you started at the start of the cycle, and going, you know what, I can deal with this. You know, like, this is okay.
Like, so many of us started last cycle. I started last cycle with like $4,000.
Yeah, bro.
That's all I
started with 3K, man.
Like, if you told me I'd have the amount of money that I could start with today going into this, I'd be like, oh my God, like, are you kidding me? And I think that's the mindset people need to have, is like, if you didn't lose, like, the only thing, like, the thing everyone always says is just don't blow up. Stay in the fucking game. Because as long as you're in the game and you have a bankroll, like, you can win.
Yeah, 100%.
And if you're still here, then you've done that. And now it's maybe time to fucking win.
Yeah.
Or not. And we hit 80 spot 3. Is that your number, Sats?
Yeah.
78.3? What was it?
Yeah. It is 78.3. Yeah.
Yeah, we tapped it, 78.333, and now we are down. And Sats did not have limit orders in to short.
No, I didn't. Yeah, I would be up 0.3% right now, guys.
Let's go.
Be up 0.3. That would be a good little cope play right now, but I would have got stopped out and been angry anyway. So, you know, what can you do?
Love it. Did you guys see Tether bail out Drift and just mock USDC, by the way?
Yeah. That's,
no. What happened?
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, Wood, but it was obviously the Drift hack happened. What was it, 120 million? And obviously Circle is the biggest player on Solana. Tether don't really get used much on Sol. Everyone uses Circle. I use Circle. Probably all three of us do here.
Yeah.
Tether came through and just said we're covering the hack. And yeah, I mean, you can see that goal here, you know.
And as a result, they can only use Tether on their platform or something like that. It's like the one term of it. So basically, Drift is one of the larger DeFi products on Solana, where Tether doesn't have a strong foothold. And Tether comes in and says, we'll bail you out. Here's money, but you have to only use our currency. And so now strong move, makes Tether look good, makes Circle just, I mean, I feel like they just keep dropping the ball.
They've been taking some L's. And it's like, it seems easy preventable. Like, with the hack shit as well, like, with the Drift money as well, they didn't freeze the money, did they? They didn't freeze the money. I might be getting that wrong. But there's been multiple cases where they've just been the slowest movers to react on freezing hacked money and intervening when it's time to intervene. And it's just becoming a bit of a pattern. And it's like, this is such a simple thing to get right. Maybe I'm oversimplifying it, but you chuck like a team of 10 people on this to work around the clock and be alert at all times when there's big things that happen to act quickly. And they just don't seem to have that. And it's taking them days to react. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is time for Tether to sort of take control on Solana. Maybe I'm looking too far into it. But yeah, I think we're all probably ingrained into our brains that we all use Circle as well. Like, they're the default.
Yeah, the first mover advantage is so significant. You know,
it is.
We saw the same thing with Pump Fun. But at a larger scale, like, USDC is just what most people in the United States, at least, think about using. I'd say, I mean, it's a lot of there's a reputation that Coinbase and associated entities are just there's in an industry that's just filled and rife with like a lack of trust and credibility. They have that, right? But it doesn't mean that they are good operators. It doesn't mean that they're really doing things right. They just have that reputation baked in right now, which is great for them. But seems they've made a lot of mistakes as well.
Yeah, I think Tether, for me, when I first started trading crypto, I don't know, years ago, like had just had this like smear campaign against it. And I just always, there was always Tether FUD, right? And I was like, oh, Circle is this like US regulated company. I'm just going to use that. Like it's on Coinbase, they're affiliated with Coinbase. Like this is the safest thing. It's not the case.
The Arabs love Tether. The Middle East loves Tether, and they love.
I thought they loved Tron.
Yeah, exactly. But they love Tron and Tether. They like you say, oh, I'll pay you in USDC. They're like, nah, Tron and Tether, bro. Like,
well, yeah, it's it's USDT is the stable coin that's used.
Yeah,
on
the stable coin on there, exactly.
99%, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So there seems to be just a massive divide as well. There is like, I don't know how it is in Europe as well. Like, I don't know if Tether is big in like Central Europe. I think they must be, they're fucking printing cash, so they got to be big somewhere. But yeah, tough one.
Yeah, well, it's good for the Solana ecosystem. It's very good. Like, thank goodness.
But still, does anyone use Drift? Does still anyone?
I don't know. I was telling you guys a few episodes when the hack happened that one of my seed investments sent a message out saying that they had no exposure to the Drift attack, and that it's like a DeFi protocol. Yeah. And then 30 minutes later said half of our money was in Drift and gone.
Oh god.
It was so funny. This guy, the founder, sends a message saying everything's good, no worries. 30 minutes later, they put a tweet out, and that tweet gets shared in the chat like, dude, you just said we had no exposure. What the fuck?
I feel like
I am curious. I wonder. I don't know if you guys know where we could find that, but I pulled that up. But like pre-hack, I'm curious, like how many people use Drift? Like how much money was on the platform? Because I haven't even thought, when I'm thinking about where to trade, like it doesn't even no shade at all, but like it literally doesn't even cross my mind to use Drift.
I don't think you're alone there as well. Everyone thinks that.
And I've been a Solana guy too, but it just doesn't even cross my mind.
No, I think they had some good yield pools on there, and it's people farming the yield. I think they had like probably 5 or 6% on some of the USDC or USDT or whatever it was pools on there. So I think it's people trying to squeeze out that last percentage wherever they can, who got caught. But then if you keep size on Drift, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, I really don't want to tell you. And once again,
it's a bold move, Cotton.
Yeah, no, quite literally. You keep in size on Drift and then it gets exploited. It's like, fucking hell. Like, tough shit. But maybe some people will tell me the same. Like, I imagine if something happens to hyperliquidate and my whole HLP position gets fucking destroyed, then everyone will be like, oh, you shouldn't have done that. And I'll be like, yeah, you're probably right. You're probably fucking right. But here we are. That does worry me a little bit. I was actually thinking about that the other day. Am I making a little bit of a bold move, keeping a decent percentage of my portfolio in HLP? Maybe.
Oh, in the vaults. I mean,
I've been a big HLP guy for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been an attack vector. People have tried.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, people have tried. It's proven resilient. I mean, anyone will tell you, Sats, as an old guy who likes to practice some risk management. Maybe don't put everything in it.
No, yeah.
Just maybe like 20%. Anything
I have
above
about
that.
35%. About 35%.
I think you're at the cusp of maybe being irresponsible, but not quite. You're encroaching on it.
I thought Sats was about to say he uses as his savings account.
The bank account.
I think he might.
Takes a little bit out of the vault.
I did that on FTX. I think I told the story before.
You did.
We know.
That's why I'm saying it.
Yeah, get paid from my job, and I'll be like FTX, straight to FTX. So, yeah, no, I don't do that anymore. I don't do that, but it's about 35% HLP. You know, sometimes I'm there late at night going, you know, is that a good decision? Like, I kind of know, I kind of know it's wrong, but like,
dude, I think that's your answer right there. If you were literally up at night, like, hey, should I be doing this?
Yeah,
maybe de-risk a little bit.
Yeah.
But who am I to talk about de-risking, though? I'm just an unk. So
just an unk.
Just an unk. We're all just fucking unks.
I don't know if we have this in the show notes. Like my fucking Google Chrome isn't, or my docs aren't opening. But did you guys see the new Opus from Claude, Opus 4.7?
yeah, have you activated it yet?
I have. I've been blasting it quite a lot. Noticeable improvements. I think it felt like the past 2 weeks. I don't know if I think they probably do this on purpose because it makes sense, but I think they sort of degrade performance of the previous models before they release the next one. So when the next one comes out, they just put it back to what it already is at with some extra features, and then you're like, fuck me, this is amazing. But it just feels like, it feels better, don't get me wrong, but like it's nothing like fucking groundbreaking stuff here. And the UI feels a little horrible, I can't lie. But I didn't know this until the other day.
The UI changed materially?
Yeah, the UI changed quite a lot, and it feels a little bit clunky. Doesn't feel great. I've seen a lot of the same feedback on Twitter towards them, but I didn't know they vibe code everything internally as well.
Everything in house. Yeah,
that's insane. Absolutely insane. Yeah, but I can tell the UI feels vibe coded right now.
Really?
Before it didn't, but yeah, I would say right now the UI does feel a little vibe coded. But yeah, I thought that was absolutely insane. It shows how far this has come. Like,
does it feel a little bit to you guys like? I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say this, but like, it feels like we're sort of fast approaching. Remember like how crazy each iPhone release used to be, and there was like insane changes to each one, and it was materially different. And then at a certain point, there started to be all these new iPhone releases, and it's like they were basically like, oh, the camera's a little better or whatever, but it's like it's kind of the same thing. And then as soon as the new one came out, the old one battery life would just die. Are we hitting that like diminishing returns point of some of these LLM releases where they're like, wait, we know these other guys are going to release something, so we need a new model coming out. It's not going to be that much different, but we got to keep the circuit going.
Yeah, I think perhaps, but it's like we still haven't reached that point of. I know everyone. I hate even saying it. We haven't reached that point of AGI. And I think that's the point where everything changes, really. Because right now, Claude, as a service, and when you're coding especially, it's about 75 to 80% of what a software engineer, like a trained software engineer who works at a FAANG company, can do. Until we're above that, I think it still makes sense to, yes, there are minor changes to maybe the average user, but the more advanced user who's using it to code at a decently sized company or using it to run a company to do these sort of tasks, it makes a difference. But I think to the average end user, they won't even notice these changes at all. But I can definitely say UI, like creating UIs and creating websites, it's definitely changed a lot. It's got way better at that. But on the coding side, it feels very minor.
Last thing on this, we don't have to go on about it, but you know what was a little demoralizing about this one? It just feels like a little bit of a like just like a flex by Anthropic, is like basically there was all this shit that came out about Mythos and how insane like Mythos is. This, their craziest model, like it's doing all this stuff, it's finding vulnerabilities in old software and all this stuff. And then they're like, okay, we have a release, but it's Opus 4.7. You guys don't get Mythos. Like we have that. It exists, but you as the customer, no. You guys can just have the 4.6 or the 4.7, and we're going to hold the powerful shit back for ourselves here.
But in the announcement, they even put the Mythos stats on the right to compare like what it would be like to Mythos, which no one has access to yet. But yeah, it's like, I don't know when. I think they postponed the IPO for that as well, didn't they? They want to release that before the IPO and obviously fucking bounce up their valuation. But I don't know, man. Is it going to be as good as they say, or is it just a massive marketing thing? Perhaps. I saw Trump has switched his stance on Anthropic completely now.
He's pro Anthropic.
Are amazing. Yeah, no, now they were a national security threat about a month ago. Now they're complete. These guys are the best. These guys are the best. So he probably
got his internal deal done, right? Part of the deal.
Yeah, he probably got his internal deal
Part
done.
Of the deal.
The Trump family are now in, and yeah, it's time to get bullish Anthropic for them guys. Crazy reality. Did anything else? Crazy switch up from me here, but did anything else come out about the World Liberty Finance stuff?
No, I haven't seen anything.
I mean, yeah, they came out there. It's like a 2-year vesting period for the remaining 80% of all investors' numbers.
That was great. Time out. I tweeted about this. Yeah, the timeline is crazy, right?
Is it? I didn't actually read it.
Hang on, I forgot.
Is it something outrageous? Just of course.
Yes.
It is.
No, it's really outrageous.
For sake, man.
Yeah,
you just can't make it up with these guys, man. You just cannot make it up.
I'll send Henry my tweet about it.
Yeah,
oh my early
God,
supporters.
I did see this tweet. Yeah, this is a bad one, man.
For early supporters, the locked early supporter tokens move to a 2-year cliff, followed by a 2-year linear.
4 years?
So sorry, is that might be starting now too?
Yeah,
a 2-year cliff.
Oh,
okay. You guys made a stink. You want your tokens unlocked? Sounds good. 4 years. 2 years. We'll start the slow drip.
This is insane, man. This is insane. Every opportunity they take to take a thing like this, they do. And yeah, it's unbelievable.
Wait, Henry, pull up my tweet.
That's a good one. It is just it's true though, man. Like, imagine being in this position. You got unrealized gains you can't even touch, locked away, and then they're like 4-year vest. Good luck.
Yeah, but most people at least probably just sold their 20% when it unlocked and made 20x on it, and they're just like, whatever.
That's true. That's the other side.
I don't feel bad for these WLFI guys. I feel bad for the other idiots who got fucked longing WLFI.
But both things can be true. We can have no sympathy for people who hold World Liberty financial tokens, and we can still say this is obscene, right? Like,
What happens to USD1 after this inevitably? I feel like the whole World Liberty Finance stuff is it's inevitable that like it's gonna come under a lot of scrutiny, especially when Trump is out of office and even in the midterms and everything like that. What happens to things like USDT? Like where does it, or USDT, USD1? Like I feel like they went hard on Binance. They've sort of ignored Sol. Like I don't know where that leaves them as a whole. Like
it will be relevant until the Trump family is no longer in office or has any sway over politics, and when that is over, it will be obsolete and go to zero.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, man, every single industry, every bubble, there's a bunch of people that jump in as opportunists, and then like the real 1 or 2 real winners will emerge, or the whole thing won't happen, and then those others will leave. And it's like this is USD1 could not more clearly be just opportunists who are able to rally around basically having a voice here, and I don't know how much they care.
No one
in
respects
a couple
them.
of years.
Nobody in crypto respects them.
Yeah.
Let's be clear about that. No one fucking uses it unless you're trading in the bonk trenches.
Yeah.
Everyone knows the end game with that, and yet they will probably succeed. I don't know who these other dudes are, the non-Trumps involved, and how they position themselves for this, but they'll walk away pretty wealthy, probably no repercussions. But I don't think anyone does serious business with those guys ever again, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Like you go into office, or you become whatever with the Trump family, and your reputation is pretty much damaged indefinitely.
Mm. Yeah, it seems people forget though. No, like it just seems people just like. Like you do all this sketchy shit, especially in crypto. I feel like people do this crazy sketchy shit, and then they come back. They go dark for 3 months, and they come back and just start tweeting like everything's normal.
Yeah, they do, but no one ever trusts you again, right? I think all you have in this space is your fucking reputation and trustworthiness, and if you throw that away, like it's gone forever to some degree.
Yeah,
like
those guys are the one cyclers. There's like a rare that you could probably count on one hand the people who have done really fucked up shit and blatantly scammed and then they just are able to come back the next cycle and magically everyone forgives them and they do it again. There's probably 5 to 10 of those people in the crypto space who somehow get a free pass and just do it over and over again. We all know who those guys are. Yeah. Most of the people, they are one-hit wonders. They're out, and no one will engage with them again.
Yeah. As it should be, which is the right thing. On that note, let's wrap it up here, boys.
Hang on, back. I got one thing I want us to end on. Wood, we got to play the Jeffrey Epstein
video.
Yeah.
All right, let's
give us 2 more minutes here. This is worth it. This is worth your Friday afternoon.
Oh yeah.
If you haven't seen this, I promise.
Yeah.
There are many figures in our society who contribute an enormous amount to our culture, and people who have unconventional personal lives. And yet they seemed exempt from criticism. Jeffrey Epstein.
Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
No, let me finish.
I see it.
Jeffrey Epstein.
I see it.
No one, criticizes him, and yet.
Oh, wait a minute.
That is a double standard.
Jim,
it's wrong.
Jim, hold on. Okay. Hold on. Much has been said about Jeffrey Epstein. Terrible things.
No, Jeff. I'm talking about Jeff Epstein, the New York financier.
Yes, we're talking about the same Jeff Epstein.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I never heard.
Oh, it was a big story in the news. Huge.
No.
Yes, for you to say no one ever
Jeff
said.
Epstein.
Yes.
Jeff Epstein.
Yes, the financier.
The island.
Yes, he had an island that I've never been to. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, with respect, if there was some news about Jeff Epstein, I would have heard.
No, I don't know what rock you've been under. It was a huge story, and Jeff Epstein I have to tell you, he's gone. He's dead.
What do you mean?
He's dead.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Sorry, nice try. If Jeff Epstein were deceased, I'm pretty sure I would know about it. Now, I admit I've not. Probably since the pandemic, I have not talked to him.
That would make sense. Sense. He's been dead for a number of years, Jim.
I'll tell you, there's one easy way. Let's call Ghislaine Maxwell.
No, we're not calling Ghislaine Maxwell.
Why not? Okay.
She's in prison. She's imprisoned for crimes she committed with Jeff Epstein.
Ghislaine's in prison.
Yes. Stop calling her Ghislaine. How do you know these people? Jim.
Conan.
Jim.
All right.
Jim, listen.
Okay.
Listen
I'm just saying, I'm your friend. You know what? It doesn't matter what you do in your private life.
I don't do anything in my private life.
Okay.
Bro, that has to be a bit.
This can't be real.
Dude. That's real. It's real. It was real.
Oh my god.
This was a while ago. It was real.
Oh my fucking god. Let's call Ghislaine. Let's call Ghislaine.
No, let's not call Ghislaine.
Oh man. Jesus. Bro's been living under a rock. Fucking hell.
Oh my god.
Great finisher.
That's incredible. Oh my god. Well, all right. Before we end off, up or down Tuesday, Sats? For your sanity, folks. You need down.
It's the Friday rallying into the liquid weekend. We all know how this ends, guys. It's down on the weekend. Crack your shorts. I don't see us higher than 78.3 come Monday.
Well, you said Tuesday. Are we a holiday?
No, Tuesday. Really? We chat on Tuesdays.
Oh, sorry.
Okay,
I thought you were saying market open Monday.
Okay, Tuesday. Yeah, we're down by Tuesday.
I'm gonna say higher. I'm going higher.
Yeah.
Swizzle, bullish.
Wood,
higher.
Bullish. As long as Sat's a bear, I'm a bull. That's my stance.
Well, seems
I'm
like
bearish. I'm bullish until Sats is bearish.
Valid. Guys, we've already retraced the percentage. Don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm bearish once Sats buys at 83K.
Yeah, then we sell.
We'll see.
Oh my god, I can't believe you didn't have a fucking short open.
I know. It literally tagged 78.3 on the fucking dot, folks.
You called it on air and then didn't act on it. I love it.
Yeah, but at least I'd rather be right than make money.
We'll see what happens, though. Trump very easily retracts everything. He said Iran comes out and says we have no idea what this guy was talking about. We'll find out. We'll see.
Yeah.
But then come Sunday night, it gets fixed. So
yeah. He cracks the long.
Basically, just enjoy your weekend, guys.
Yeah.
Enjoy your weekend. Go outside, touch grass. Don't trade all weekend. But if you do trade all weekend, do it on FOMO. And use promo code RISKON. And we'll be back Tuesday. Thanks, guys.
Good stuff, folks.